What is terror management theory and how can it be applied? Well, terror management theory is concerned with what role does death play on life. It's a continuation. Terror management theory is a continuation of Ernest Becker's novel The Denial of Death, a famous 1973 novel on human death and anxiety, positing that because of humans' enlarged neocortexes, we're actually the only animals who can be anxious about death when not imminent. Reminders of death trigger us to manage anxiety through literal or symbolic or immortality, symbolically through religion or literally through science, such as cryogenics. However, when we become overwhelmed with these reminders of death, then we make use of our distal and proximal defenses. Proximal defenses work when we become consciously aware of our own mortality, and in some cases, we suppress our death thoughts, or we engage in pro-health behaviours such as exercise, following health advice, among other things. And then it can be concerned with anti-health behaviours such as binge drinking or drug abuse. Distal defenses has no logical or semantic relationship to death. However, when we become unconsciously aware of our death, we seek to maximize our self-esteem. This can occur through us reaffirming a cultural worldview. It can happen a number of ways. One of them is simply by punishing what we deem to be a cultural transgressor. If we successfully maximize our self-esteem, then we have shown that we are of value in our world, stifling the anxiety of death. COVID-19 and the terror management theory is a 2020 article by the seminal authors of terror management theory. It explains that the ongoing rise between political ideologies in the US can be explained by COVID-19. The push-pull battle between the distal and proximal defenses is occurring. Proximal defenses serve to, in some cases, be adaptive, following health advice and acting appropriately in health crises. However, the salience of death, the awareness of death, causes individuals' distal defenses to seek out means in which to reaffirm their cultural worldview. An example of people reaffirming their cultural worldview is the George Floyd death and subsequent riots. While people wish to remain safe from this deadly virus, they also wish to seek out ways to riot and maximize self-esteem and reaffirm their culture. The proximal defenses, in turn, are inhibiting the distal defenses, causing a push-pull battle, causing maladaptive behaviors to come to the surface, whether it be physically or psychologically. The take-home message for terror management theory is that it seeks to explain societal issues surrounding terrorism and ongoing cultural disputes. One example being the Israel-Palestine debate. For the future, it might serve us to become aware of how death anxiety impacts how individuals seek to maximize self-esteem when threatened. Thanks for listening to my presentation. I've thoroughly enjoyed researching this so far this semester.